Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this game between Grubby and Cloud, with Cloud not quite able to keep up with the Grubster at this point.
No, not yet. Maybe this game. This is his map choice, having lost that first game once again. So Antigua Shipyard is the map choice for Cloud, and we'll have to see what he's got planned on here. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Grubby just says 15 seconds, and he is ready to go now, actually, so we can get ready to go. We are being admin, commentators, production, funny guys, analytical guys, shouting guys.
Something like that.
We're all that today.
That's what we're trying to be, and more besides.
Oh yeah, go ahead and update me on the tip jars and donations and
yeah,
stuff.
well, obviously some of the tip jar amounts are not working properly. For instance, it's showing Stefano as 0. That's not true. Some foreign PayPals that are not set up correctly don't properly display, so that's a bit of a problem. What we do know for a fact is that we've currently raised $1,500 towards the next tournament, which is fantastic, which we can add to the, I think I've got 1.5 already that I was able to build up through that, and we should be getting subscriber money and stuff this month, so we shouldn't have a problem running the tournament, which we're looking to probably run SCi4 in early March at this point. We're not 100% sure yet. We don't want to confirm. We also know that...
How has Rhett got tips already? He hasn't even played!
People like Rhett, man. People like Rhett. It's as simple as that. Rhett's already made himself $80 in tips. Dark Force, I think, is the winner of this tournament. $793.45 in tips, plus his $100 participation. So
that's funny, man. That
is pretty funny. You know what? That's what you do when you make an amazing comeback. Hell, did you see actually SCi4 posting about that? Like, someone was actually, why has he got this money when he lost? It's like, because he put on an incredible game. It's as simple as that. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Oh, well, all of these guys have made a little bit of money out of this as well, which is fantastic. So thank you very much for your generosity showing these players. That's always good.
All right, these players are ready, man.
I think so.
All right, let's go. Dark Force, $800. Grubby said in the chat it's probably Dark Force's dad.
It's a possibility, yeah. It's a possibility. I just expect to see Cassandra dump $100,000 into the tip jar right here for Grubby, just to make him feel better.
All right, let's go. Antigua Shipyard.
Yeah, I love that. That's the one music flair that I really like. When you go into a game and it's just that little Terran flair. That's always good.
Yeah.
Apparently, Grubby is supposedly having a bug. What kind of bug? What kind of bug are we talking here? Yeah, we can re is fine. I don't really know what kind of bug he's talking about there.
That doesn't matter. It's like only 2 seconds into the game.
Yeah,
it just takes me time to make
Apollo,
it again.
At that point, who do you think was actually winning? We need to make an admin decision.
I know, I'm like, oh.
That's exactly what you'd be like. Well, they'd mine exactly the same number of minimal's, so yeah, they're actually...
I don't know what bug that was. Maybe Grubby didn't split his probes correctly.
That's not a bug, that's Grubby screwing up.
Alright, where's Cloud? There he is. Alright,
yeah,
so
I didn't
let's
see
go
it.
straight in again.
I didn't see any point in watching a 3-second replay.
Okay, let's go.
If Grubby's doing this just to change his color, I will slap him. That's why he's changed his color.
You reckon?
If he did that just to change his color,
maybe he didn't realize.
That means I have to screw around with my settings. Oh well, it's fine.
Right.
Not a problem. All right. I'm sure that was not why. Let's try it once again.
Oh, that's a perfect split now, you see?
The scoreboard gods forsook me. They forsook me. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Grubby. He is in the blue trunks, and he is playing Protoss to the north of this particular map. Versus his opponent, it is Alternate Attacks Cloud. He is in the yellow trunks, playing Terran to the south.
I've had 3 bananas today. I feel like Banana Man. Did you used to watch that when you were a kid?
I did. It was actually one of my least favourite shows.
Oh, was it? I
wasn't a huge fan of Banana Man.
You didn't really have a preference when you were that. Well, when I was that young, anyway. It was just kind of picky. What was on.
Yeah, I used to watch what was on, but there'd be stuff like, oh, this is on before a show that I really like. And Banana Man was one of those shows. I just wasn't a fan.
Did you select the Queen's nose?
Actually don't remember that.
The 50p coin where she rubs it and...
Oh, yeah, that was ages ago. Good God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really going back.
Yeah.
I think I used to watch, I think the stuff I used to watch and enjoy the most
I bet the Americans
probably...
would find that hilarious, wouldn't they?
The
concept of that.
That is the most British thing ever in the world.
So, Americans, when we were younger, we had a television program where a little girl had a 50p coin, not sent P, pence.
Pence.
And it's a big coin with a big picture of the Queen on it.
Yeah, like all our coins.
So every time she rubbed the it's funny just thinking about the concept.
It's a ridiculous
concept.
concept.
Every time you rub the Queen's nose on the coin, she got like a wish or something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it was like not a cartoon; it was like an actual.
It was a live action thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was funny, man.
Things that I used to really enjoy X-Men and Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
And also I have some weird memories of Trapdoor.
Trapdoor, I don't know Trapdoor.
Trapdoor was this kind of claymation style thing. It was kind of like a really twisted, dark Cthulhu version of Pingu.
Oh wow, I like Pingu too.
Pingu was pretty good. Pingu was pretty good. Have you seen the YouTube video Pingu reenacts The Thing?
Yeah, I think I've seen
that. Was quite funny. It's what a Pingu's sister suddenly her head bursts off and tentacles come out and Pingu's like ah. It's quite wonderful. Anyway.
Grubby's gone for Nexus first.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
And Cloud has not taken gas, so Cloud can't do anything to punish this, really.
Not really.
He could throw down extra barracks, but people are getting better and better at defending it. You just sack the natural and force field yourself in and then kind of counter-attack or something. But I doubt Cloud's going to even try to do that. As you can see, throws down the command center here. And Grubby, even though this is a very fast command center, Nexus first is very strong, actually. And if you get away with it, you know, good for you, because it's really, really good mid-game. You get such a strong economy, you can throw either into upgrades or super fast Colossus or whatever you really want to. It's very good.
Yeah, absolutely can. Cloud temporarily blocks up the gateway. Of course, any Nexus burst is usually responded to, well, it's followed up by 2 gateways to make sure that you can play catch up with your army. Otherwise, you end up with no units, which is not exactly ideal.
Yeah, I mean, if something did go wrong, or go wrong in terms of what Cloud did, then you can just go like a Zealot now, and then you go double Stalkers and kind of defend it from there on out. Yeah. It takes, maybe you have to get it in another gateway or something if it did come heavily, but usually it's okay. And that's what we saw SCi4 didn't do, which is why it was very, very difficult for him, because he went 1 gateway, no units, then Robo, and was in an awful lot of trouble. But Grubby's playing it fine.
Cloud's actually going to go expand again by the looks of it, quite nice and quickly.
Smart, 1 up, because he knows Nexus first is better. And he's like, alright, well, what's better than that is take another base.
Yeah,
that's what Grubby takes a 3rd base now, and then Cloud takes a 4th. It's like, what the hell is going on?
That would be fairly ridiculous, honestly. There would be a degree of insanity involved in that, but that's just the kind of insanity that I like to see.
That's like how if you could describe StarCraft 2 metagame in terms of economy, that's basically what's happened from the beginning of time. It was 1 base builds, then 2 base builds, then 3 base builds, and it just naturally goes on and on and on, which is where StarCraft 1 is now, very, very macro focused, and which eventually will be StarCraft 2.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah. That's what people want to see, I believe.
Because timing attacks and stuff don't work so much because you kind of know the timings of them now. And you only get punished if you like Stefano and build too many drones like earlier. Yes,
that's absolutely the case. That was fairly embarrassing, honestly, the way that all went down.
I bet he didn't like that loss at all.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he likes any loss, really, but he tends to deal with them pretty well. He's definitely not a BM player, as some people seem to be of the belief. I don't really understand why they think that. Maybe it's because he's kind of blunt in interviews, and then I was like, he's French, of course he's blunt. I can respect that. As a British man, I can respect the bluntness.
Oh, very smart by Grubby. Just didn't work as well as he hopes. The Marauder
well,
was kind of
the Marauder is what... I mean, he gets a little bit of scouting information out of that, but I don't know if that was worthwhile. But yeah, what he...
That's the flare you talked about. It's
it's
so
the flare,
cool
isn't it?
To see stuff like that.
Yeah, what he basically did, for those who didn't realize, is he took 2 Stalkers, and he sent one up the ramp to start tanking the damage, and then he slid it... Yeah, he slid it around the other one, so that it took a little bit of time for the... units inside the bunker to refocus fire.
In an ideal world, both of them would have only lost their shields, and one would have gotten into their base. It's like a transporting that into the base. But unfortunately, there's a Marauder there.
Yeah.
But that's very cool, and that's the kind of flair we like to see from a cool player like Grubby. You know, that's what makes people love his play so much, because he does unique stuff like that. And we're seeing now 2 gateways into Colossus. Super, super fast Colossus here. Taking the gases really, really early here as well. And Cloud is not going to be prepared for this push. And I think this is amazing play and an amazing read by Grubby, because I think he has a feeling that Cloud's got that 3rd command center in there and is not going to have any way to deal with Colossus.
Yeah, and he didn't see it either. The robotic spray was put in a really good spot indeed. The scan goes down and realizes, in fact, he even salvaged a bunker there, which is perhaps the last thing he needs to do, because he doesn't know about this robotics facility. He sees what he thinks is just, hey, you're on 2 bases and you're building gateways. All right. So what's coming out of that? It's actually very curious to salvage the bunker there, because that could be, there could be another hidden gateway somewhere. It could be just 6 gateway pressure, but it's not. It's Colossus, and Cloud doesn't have the means to deal with that yet.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Cloud's vision. I mean, he could have thought Grubby placed down nearly a third as well, which could have been very viable. But no, this is not what's happening. This is a Colossus play, and it's going to be very strong because he has nothing. The starport's only just now making, and I don't know, this can hit right before. Is there a probe anywhere? Yeah, there's the probe, there's the pylon on the south side, so Grubby's going to start warping in stuff now. Thermal Lance is almost ready, and this is going to be pretty hard for Cloud, I think.
It's going to be tricky, certainly, unless Cloud gets a feeling that this is coming along and he starts pumping those Vikings out.
Yeah.
And he's only got a single starport this time around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's just down there. He's going to build 2 medivacs to begin with, and then, yeah, there's the 2 medivacs, and then he will probably start Viking production, but it may be a little bit too late.
Potentially. We'll see just how good this timing from Grubby actually is. Second Colossus is out on its way, so I assume he'll probably end up pushing with 2.
Yeah, it'll push with 2, but very nice turret, actually. Turret actually helps out a lot against Colossus, more than you think so. Well, a lot of other people think so. More. Now Cloud sees it, he probably thinks it's some form of ground attack because Grubby's hiding the Colossus. And this is going to be pretty hard for him, I think.
It is. The second Colossus now is way. He's even building a third as well, trying to break down the back rocks.
Maybe? He should be building more medivacs to deal with this, because he thinks it's a gateway, or maybe he sees the Colossus now. Not quite.
No. Still hasn't got the visibility on it. Grubby's got amazing control right here. Force field is now placed down. No reinforcements will be coming in. These guys are trapped, and they're going to get annihilated. Oh yes, he knows, and he's not happy one little bit. More force fields, but just splitting the force in half right there.
Not enough force fields though to keep them from coming in.
Oh, Colossus is getting out of the way, but the Marauder takes it down, and they're even in a position to actually go for the next one. A good stim right here from Cloud. Can he bring the second one down? He does so. Nicely done there by Cloud. Does he have the units to hold this? Yes, he does, and there's the cleanup.
Oh, very smart idea, but just use too many force fields.
Yes.
Too many force fields on the right-hand side didn't keep them out. And that didn't work out as well as he hoped, did it?
No.
He thought that would have gone a little bit better than that. And now all of a sudden, Cloud's in fantastic position.
Yeah, he's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Third base up, you know, double refineries already down on that base already. He can throw down, or like we are seeing, you know, engineering bay, more barracks, throw down a second starport. Yeah, got money. Cloud's gone to the shop. He's got all his money hanging out, all his euros out his pockets. He's like, I'll take this, I'll take this, I'll take this, because Grubby can't attack me. I'll buy this. That's what he's doing right now.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's on a big, old, fat Italian shopping spree.
He is.
And I'm not saying that's fat. He is not at all. But I just have this image of him just going out and buying everything. Yeah. It would be wonderful. But yeah, Cloud is in a solid position now. He defended that very well indeed. Grubby came in at the wrong angle with that second Colossus, certainly. Yeah. But the problem is, by that point, the momentum of the attack was going on, and he couldn't really do much with it. So it comes in from that vector, and certainly Cloud actually has 4 Marauders ready to stim directly into it.
Yeah.
Not ideal. And the scouting factory now sees absolutely everything. He knows what's going on here, and there'll be some more gateways added on after this, as you can see. But Cloud's pretty happy with the spot that he's in right now.
Oh, most definitely. He's really happy with this right now. The thing that he has to be careful on is not slipping up on these upgrades. He has to keep hitting them. Right now, he's doing it very well. He's about to be 1-1, soon 2-1. Grubby's only just started his 1-1 upgrade, so because Grubby was behind in upgrades, he's going to stay behind as long as Cloud keeps hitting them. Meanwhile, Cloud doesn't really have to do much right now. He just has to maybe drop around a little bit, take the middle of the map, and then start dropping around. Just hold the Zelnoga Tower, and then you deny vision from Grubby, and that's when you can start dropping more on the third base, on the main, and that's what you need to do against Colossus play as well, because they're so immobile.
Yes, they are. Cloud now massing his forces and moving to take the center, as you mentioned that he would. Templar Archives on the way for Grubby, always a good choice. We've also got Charge, so very easy to transition into Zealot Archon from this position. But we're seeing the double starport once again by Cloud, which I like an awful lot. 2 sets of Vikings at a time, and 2 more CCs as well.
Viking count, man, they're about to be at 10 and probably 14, and Grubby has 3 Colossus. They're going to go down so fast. He doesn't have Storm, doesn't have Archons, unlike the previous game. So the Marine Rollers is going to be able to do so much damage.
Yeah.
Do have one Archon about to come in. They will definitely mate straight away. They were made for each other. But yeah, this army, man, and I expect to see drops coming soon from Cloud.
Well, Cloud is pretty much almost maxed out at this point, so it's the question is, what does he wait for? He can certainly wait for +2 infantry, but he's not going to wait for +2 infantry armor. That would be ridiculous. It'll take him far too long to do that. Yeah. So he'll, as you said, he'll probably start harassing as opposed to going directly down. Or Grubby may indeed roll out himself.
Yeah. Grubby's expecting drops. He's like built a cannon on his third base as well, so
yeah,
he's kind of expecting it, but Cloud isn't doing it yet.
Well, Cloud could just go right through the back here.
Yeah,
and
this power punch from Cloud is going to be too strong. 14, 15 Vikings about to be out.
He's going to have a good position as
really
well.
Bad
the Colossus,
position.
that's terrible position for the Colossus. They run right into the Viking fire. They barely do a damn thing.
Oh, wow.
And Cloud now able with this massive ball of infantry to do huge damage to Grubby. Down come the Vikings to even help out as well, just because he thinks that, hey, I don't need these Vikings anymore. But honestly, Grubby does have a reasonable surround here, but the reinforcements will come in to crush, and Cloud, massive supply advantage right now.
Yeah, Grubby actually had the best fight possible. Zealots surrounding, doing maximum damage, but there's just sheer amount of stuff
that Cloud
has.
Yeah.
Because of that Colossus play not working, just didn't work out for Grubby at all.
No, it didn't.
And 161 supply now, this is 103. Cloud is just playing a lot better in this game. Even though Grubby kind of gifted him a bit of an advantage through this build, it doesn't matter. It's still a win for Cloud. It's still an important game for Cloud, especially if he wants to survive in this tournament. He has to win this.
Yes, indeed he does. Where are the Vikings? Oh, he doesn't have any anymore, which is a little bit unfortunate. There's a couple now coming in from the back in order to deal with it, and that should be that cleaned up. But once again, Cloud taking a bit of a battering at the hands of those +2 Zealots. It's not enough, though. GG, ladies and gentlemen, and Cloud right back in the series, one apiece.
Yeah, very good game. Very good game once again. I just found out what the last map is. I've forgotten, but Cloud back in it. Even though he's lost the first game and lost the map here, it's still possible for him to crawl back.
Of course, that doesn't mean anything. Thorzane lost his first game, and he ends up going through the group. So, yeah, it's the group stage. You can afford to lose a game as long as you're able to claw your way back in.
It looks like it's dual sight, I think, from my notes. So I'm going to start making it. Pretty sure it is. Dual sight for the last map, I think. I'm going to go ahead and invite.
Could very well be.
Grubby always instantly reloads and watches the replay. Always.
Smart play. I like that.
Always, always, always.
I definitely like that. We're going to go to a quick ad break, folks, and when we come back, we will be bringing you yet more from this series.